What's up, guys? Nick here with Faltacunlimited. It has been like 10 or 11 days since I've done a video, so I'm sorry for that. I ended up getting this nasty cough that just wouldn't go away. And it got to the point where if I talked a little bit, I'd have this cough attack. I still have it, but it's not as bad. And it was just absolutely debilitating. So I ended up taking a couple days off to sleep, because this was just so brutal, there was nothing I can do. So anyways, been back in the shop for a while, coughing away, but I still got orders to do, so I've been fulfilling orders. Now, I got a new mold in from Palehorse, and let's show you what it looks like. I've been getting a lot of orders for the macro with TLR7 sub. Now, I've been getting a lot of orders as in taco style, which we all know is a fold-over single piece of Kydex. Well, this is a two-piece style. Now, I have a couple orders for it, so I have other friends that have holster businesses, so I decided to order a shell. Shell came in, wasn't really a fan of it, so I ended up ordering... excuse me. Ended up ordering my own molds, and I'm glad I did, mainly because the way these were positioned, I felt were way too low. Now, if you have a firearm on your belt, right, and your belt loop is right here, okay, which, well, we'll do it here. So here's a shell that I got, okay. If your belt loop, see how low it is? So we're talking, I'll put my thumb on the trigger guard. It's below... it's just too low for me, right? So this is where it is. So your belt loops go right here. This is what's going to happen. It's going to flop, you know, because you got the weight of the firearm, the magazine, all the ammunition in it, and it just flops, and you need a really sturdy belt. And I just wasn't a fan. And that's not what the bender did that I got this from. It has nothing to do with him, so I'll just clear that up. It is the way that Kirk at Palehorse designed that. It's just, I'm personally am not a fan. So when I ordered these, I requested that these to be milled off so I could drill my own holes. And this is what I came up with. So they're higher up. It covers more of it. And you still have a little channel. So you get your hand in there, get a good purchase, and you're not scraping your knuckle. And it's still plenty for an RMR cut and whatnot. And these are the P-style loops that I use, that I like to use, and I cut angles in them so you get better belt movement through it. So I built this one. Feels great retention wise, but I need to make another. So we're going to make another, and I'll show you how I make an outside the waistband using a Palehorse two-piece OWB mold without the trim jigs. So instead of doing his design, we'll do mine. So a few more steps, and then eventually I'll make my own trim jig to speed this along. Well, I'll just show you how I do this for now, because I just want to get this order up. So let's do it. All right, this one is going to be OD green, and it's going to be the same setup mostly, but instead of enclosed loops, we are doing, they're over here, speed clips. So speed clips have a different hole pattern. So we have the P loops right here, and then the speed clips. So as you can see, they don't line up. So generally what I do, if somebody asks for speed clips like these, I will do the first two and then the third, because the first set of holes always lines up. And then, so these two, the first two holes will cover this style. And then the third hole, which will be spaced a little bit more, can cover the P style if the end customer decides that they want to do it or change the belt loops. That will give them more options. So you got to remember that while we're doing it. So I'm going to leave these out and grab a couple, actually. Here we go. We got them right here. All right. So our ovens are on. I had a piece of OD green here, and that's going to be our front, and that's going to be close. So I might, instead of possibly wrecking this, because we got to go a lot of surface area here, I might just cut another one and save this one for another build. So let's grab a piece of OD green and let's cut a piece big enough to do it. Because if I do a colored outside the waistband holster, that's a 2-piece. I do the backside black all the time. Reason being, because it comes out the best on the laser engraving. So let's cut some green. Well, I already have one cut. It was just sitting there. So yeah, it is a little bit of overkill, but it's okay. I don't see it as a waste. So because I was gonna get one mold out of it anyway. Now there is no blocking. There's nothing I need to do right here. So we're just gonna throw this in and see how it comes out. I just got in here to turn the ovens on. I had to run out to the store real quick, so my oven's at 380 degrees. So just a little bit longer on that, and we're gonna throw this in the vac press. Guess I'll just sit here and hurry up and wait for it to get to temp. There's no prep, nothing else to do. Finally, it is up to temp. I'm gonna go ahead, clean it off real quick, get the crap out, move that, and I am going to do a heat cycle. So that mat right there, get some of the moisture out of it, and there's heat that's going through it. That way we're gonna get, it helps with no bubbling and just any moisture that's in there, it's gone. So that's good. While we're waiting for that to do a cycle, I have a build coming up I think you guys are going to enjoy. So I just duplicated a HK VP9 with an X300, and there's a couple things left I got to do, but before I do them, I'm going to set it up so you guys can see what I'm doing. And it's going to be a optic covered VP9 level 2 with the X300, 100% vac form, 1 piece. I'm going to show you how we do it, or at least attempt to. So I've never tried it this way. It's a theory that I think will work. And so I made that duplicate after getting some more Alumilite in. And if this works, I'm going to start making molds that way as well. And it'll be so much better. But let's get this OD green in, and let's get this holster built. It does take a little bit. That other holster took me like 40 minutes. But it's also the first one off the mold, and I know what to do. So let's do it. Well, the next one's heating up. We got some material that I need to get for some builds coming up. Well, that's ouch. Not too bad. One thing I'm going to do is drill that single retention hole. And if you want to add another one, you can always do that too, but it should be fine with just the one. Maybe down the road I'll see what it's like, but there's that with the hole cleaned on the inside and the outside. And the only thing I'm going to do now is we're going to cut around the circumference on the bandsaw on both pieces to line it up and move it to the next step. Well, this process is pretty much self-explanatory. Cut along the outside edge, pretty much as far away as the actual firearm as possible, because you want enough material on there so you could actually handle it and cut away what you don't need after the fact. You could always cut more, but you can't add it and you don't want to waste the material. So just go ahead, cut around the outside edge, discard the crap and the trash, and move on to the next one. Now this right here is a very important step. You want to make sure you cut the part that where the grip goes. That way you can get everything together as you need, just like the actual holster. Do not cut too much material away, as you can do that at another point.
but just go ahead, take each side of the shell, top and bottom, front and back, however you want to say it, and just cut out where that grip goes for your actual firearm or the mold itself when you're doing it.
Now I found that the 3/8 bushing fit a little bit better retention-wise once the thing was complete. So we're going to go ahead and do a 3/8 with 1/4 inch and the .4375. But I don't know where I put the shelf.
A few moments later.
Found him. All right. So we got the back side right here, bada bing, and the front side right here, bada bing. So we'll go ahead and do this like normal. And as you can see, it sits pretty well. 3/8. Let's get this on here. That's the .4375. All right, and there it is. And you notice how this has a little bit of flex. You actually want to, you do want to pull it over a little bit. You don't want to just big. You want to pull that gap a little bit, and that's perfect. So, but we'll have to throw this in. And then you're going to want to clamp where it is. Of course, I threw my clamps back up. Let's see here. All right, we'll just throw these in here, see how they are. That's a beautiful thing. All right, so what we'll need to do before we continue is we need to take our pen and our contour gauge, and we need to figure out, like we do on all the others, where our trigger guard sits. And I like to put it right here, so we're going to be right there, which is generally in line with this. Let's see here. So as you can see on this one, right there, that's where it came up. So we're going to actually cut across, and we'll do that div after. So right there, if you can see that line, it is perfect. Might be a little low, so we'll go a little high because we could always remove more material. But we're going to do our contour gauge here. Make sure it is perpendicular. We'll draw that right there. Bada bing. And that's where we get our left and right sides. And remember, we're going to be doing it for these guys, but make it so eventually, if he wants to, he can change it out to those. So, what I usually do is I will do this right here, and we'll mark the bottom one, and that line right there, and then go across, make sure they're level, like so. Really squeeze that so it doesn't go anywhere. All right, then we'll take this guy, make sure it is parallel to this line right here. Technically, you don't have to do this part because, well, I mean, I'll show you why you don't have to, but I'm just mapping this out for your process because I've done this so many times. I really don't need to do this part. So now what we're going to do is we're going to line up those. See how that's off a little bit? So if we take a straight edge and go center to center, we know where the center line of this next one's going to be. Okay, now it's in line. So do that again, go center to center, and then line it up.
And there you are, in line. So there's a little trick once you're using 2 fixtures to do that. Eventually I will have 1 fixture with this set of both sets of holes. I do have this one right here, but these ones are a little too close together for my liking, so I don't use it. And as you can see, it's a little bit further apart. So, but I will be having fun with this. So anyways, we can go ahead, you can drill this side because that side doesn't move, but we also want to drill this side. And what I usually do is I'll push it in a little bit so these are parallel with each other. And then take your fixture, and there you go. So what you can do as well is check it, make sure it's not too tight. That feels really good right there. All right, and I'm going to throw another one on just so it doesn't move. Just check our lines real quick, and we're going to drill there and there. There we go. I did just slide that, so I'm going to check this again. That's a beautiful thing. All right, and then this is going to be 1/4 inch. So all right, now with that drilled, you can go ahead. Where'd they go? You could hold it in place with these guys, right? And then you could take your other guy let's get the longer. It's just so it's perfect because we're going to see this. So we'll come up from the bottom. And there we go. Then what we'll do is we'll clamp it. There we go. And then drill that 3rd hole. Something we all want to do. And there you go. Now, at this point, what I would do is I'll take this stuff out. And without doing that side, go ahead and clean your holes here. Blow out in between, set your eyelets. And at this point, still a good idea to make sure nothing moved. That's a beautiful thing. So let's go ahead and repeat the same thing on this side. And then we got to cut. So let's do it. Line those up. Clamp it down. Right, and then excuse me, do that one like that. This one down low. Line this one up so we get that good. There we go. Clamp that down. All right. And now we're going to want to clean those as well. And then go ahead, set the eyelets. All right, now we get the fun game of drawing out what we want. So we obviously already know this. And yes, this would be 100 times easier if I bought the trim jigs with it. But like I said, I did not like how they were. Now, his trim jigs has 4 in there. So if we took this one, it'd be down to here. And I don't want to do that. So I'm only doing the 3. So we'll cut this across, and you could either go from edge to edge, which we'll do, and then just over that, and then we'll connect those lines. Just over, connect those lines. So there is the bottom half. And like I said, we're going to go slightly above right there. And although the trigger's here, this is the hole. So we don't want to be in that hole. So we're going to come up. And then we know here we're going to come down and over. All right. And the rest we pretty much do here as well. So if we wanted to, I mean, God, we know this is here. We know this is coming down and over. And we could always mark out where that's going to be. And it's going to be like so. But I always do this side and take a peek at it. We're going to cut on the outside of the line and work our way in. We'll spend a couple extra minutes, but guarantee that we're not exposing the hell out of this. So let's go ahead, do some cutting. I want to come in here and see, now that I can see without extra material, we're going to come down, and then we're going to cut lower, and then back up. So we're going to cut this out on the scroll, and then cut that corner on the scroll. There we go. Before we do anything, we're going to check it. So that's pretty good. I had it at an angle, so the back is still exposed. So go ahead, do that as well. And the rest we could do with a Dremel. So let's clean this up. Now, because we cut it like this, notice how the edges are straight like that. I personally don't like that. When you use the Palehorse molds, the trim jigs, that's how it does. I like to flatten it out so it's, you know, it's perpendicular to the two pieces. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll do that on pretty much the entire, just these planes right here for the entire holster. And then we'll cut some more shapes because we still have to shape this as well. But well, let's go ahead and do that first. I drew up my line and we'll cut it on the Dremel. Get the Dremels here. Dremels. And as you can see, bam, well, there we go. Perpendicular, still slanted. So we'll go ahead and clean up the rest of this. Bellissimo. And now we buff sand. Hit it with the wheel. This is the way we clean our rig, clean our rig, clean our rig. This is the way we clean our rig all through the shop. These are some brand new micro towels, microfiber towels. They're nice. Let's shove them in there. Let's do this. 36 of them for like 11 bucks. I'll take it. I'll get all the nooks and crannies. All right. So let's take a look at edges here. Not too bad. And then on the inside, hell yeah. All right. So again, they're not going with it, but if you wanted to, you could set them up with those. So let's get the other one of these guys and then get everything we need to install it. All right, this is extremely simple. You really can't mess it up. I personally put these through where the letters are. This is going to go on the right side. And this is quarter inch. Here's the left side. Be careful also when ordering these. I haven't had this happen from Holstersmith, but when I first got in the game, I ordered from some of their competitors, and I got like 2 lefts in a bag. There was actually one time I ordered like 30-something pairs, and I ended up getting like 27 lefts and a few rights, so it was pretty horrible. I'm not going to say the names of the company, but this is one of the reasons why I only get from Holstersmiths right now, because I've never had an issue with quantities. All right, we'll throw that in there. And these are 1/2 inch, by the way. So we'll throw the 1/2 inch on there, 1/2 inch on there. Same thing with this side. This OD is looking Amazing. All right. And that's a beautiful piece. So, oh yeah. And again, full adjustment right here. Tighten it up, loosen it up. Let's throw it on. God, that looks good. Let's get the black one. What do you guys think? What do you like better? These ones, where you have to run your belt through them the whole time, or the quick on-off speed clips? And I'll tell you, when I first started making holsters, I have an FNX 45, that's what I carry, and I did this for a while, but then after a while, these, stuff loosens up, and that's a heavy gun to begin with. So I switched everything over to loops. I love loops. Actually, honestly, loops are a paddle, but these are obviously more anchored to your body, where this is obviously meant for a quick on-off. But let's throw it on. Let's show you what it looks like. All right, so let's get this on here. Let's take the firearm out first. All right, and these are the speed clips where you just get under your belt, like so, and then just clip it in, slide it in, bam, there it is, and slide it where you want. All right, so, you hear that click? It's actually, position it here, underneath the old sweatshirt here. It's actually not that bad. You cannot even tell. I can't even tell. All right. Bada bing. Here we go. I'll do it slow. Get past that part and... All right. Obviously adjustable retention as well, so you can go tighter or looser. I think that is perfect. Right where it needs to be. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. That's nice. I'm digging it. Digging it. And taking it off is just as simple, where what I do is I get behind the belt and I push that in and lift up, and then same thing, get behind the belt, push in, lift up, and now you're ready to go in your post office. These holsters came out absolutely awesome. Just look at just the lines. I love it. I have been ordering a lot more. I've been going through my orders, anything I had duplicates of, as far as order-wise, as in, light laser combo or handgun laser combo. I went ahead and ordered a Palehorse mold. I have like 5 or 6 molds on order, a couple on the way right now. So I am slowly switching to vac. I am going to be taking some foam stuff off, but I am going to keep a majority of what you see. Lead times are going to fluctuate, but what I'm doing is I am cranking. So pretty much I have the month I'm working on, and I took the month and I separated it, vacuum form and foam press. So I take a foam press, get it in the press, and then I build a vac, and then mix and repeat, wash and repeat. So that way things are getting out. I'm moving quite a bit, even though I'm still under the weather, and you could hear it in my voice. And I also haven't been eating much, so as you can see, I'm skinnier in the face, so this is nice. Anyways, this holster, the olive drab one, is going out to Las Vegas, Nevada, and this one is going out to a friend in actually a couple towns over, which is pretty cool. So I hope you guys learned a couple things. It is a little bit more of a lengthy process when you're using Palehorse molds without the trim jigs, but again, I did not like the way his were, and I found that out by ordering a shell through a friend, because I just didn't like it, just the way it was shaped. And again, wasn't a fault of his whatsoever. It was how Palehorse has it set up from the factory, which, like I said, just different strokes for different folks. So in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how I make the trim jigs for this particular setup, and that involves making this holster complete and then taking it apart. So, but that's okay. That's the price we pay, because the extra 20 minutes that we're going to spend on that build, taking everything apart at the end, is going to save us countless amounts of time in the end. So
Thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow's a pretty exciting day for me. It is the day I graced this earth. So I'm going to be doing a half day, which a half day is still 12 hours. And I'm going to continue not to talk, pounding water, and trying to get a little bit faster in my old age. So I will talk to you guys. I will see you on the next one. Technically, I talked to you. Yeah. Huge shout out to Holster Smith and KnifeKits.com for providing everything you see in here. The molds we used were from Palehorse and my expertise. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two, because I've seen a thing or two, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. See you later. Love you. Bye.